Takes a hand. Head back to the birdcage. Small writing I examined. You look at it. It gives us the phone number to this guy. Who's the office of Harvey Birdman? Pick up.
Reducto? How did you get this number? You gave it to me. Look, I know you're employed by Freezoid, but I was wondering, if you'd be interested in trying a case for 7 and 7. Interesting prospect. Joining forces, coming together, reducing the competition, giving everyone else the tiniest of chances. Well, sure. Here it is, Birdman. I will
start your own way last time that program Reducto, and your plans will be complete.
In your office with anticipation. So, hand it over. Do you have it?
What?
Oh, right. You wanted something that I think would impress you.
Want something impressive? Hold on. I know the exact place to find something impressive for him. In the bathroom. And it's not from those buckets full of excrement that are in here. It's this.
What you doing in there?
Am I glad to see you? I've been on stakeout for a while now as a favor to Bird Girl.
You find anything?
Yeah, I found these receipts. It appears that a blue Falcone recently purchased 100,000
Falcone.
of Bronzolux tanning crab.
These receipts might come in handy, thanks. Hey, you mind coming with me? I need you for one more thing.
Sure, but I ride in the coat pocket.
You're like my little Perch Chihuahua. I cannot believe I just compared him with that. You want something impressive?
By an inch.
Here you go.
What about this guy? He's really small.
That thing again. He's so perfectly itsy-bitsy. Get him out of my sight! You win, Birdman. I'll work on your case.
The gang's all here. See? Volturo, Reducto, and Freezoid. Let's tell Blue Falcone the good news.
So, I hired Freezoid, Volturo, and Reducto for the case. 3 of the best lawyers I could find. Just like you asked.
It seems so strange that you would follow such orders.
Well, you told me. I mean, for the firm.
Exactly. While I am sitting here trying to run this firm, you are off padding your bank account with the dreams of our employees.
I think you're slightly confused here.
Not at all, Birdman. You are being charged with embezzling money from 7 and 7.
Embezzling?
Yes. Stealing money from the firm.
What?
We have your current bank accounts, which prove this.
We?
The lawyers you just hired in the case of 7 and 7 versus Birdman. We will see you in court.
That little double crosser. Don't worry, loyal viewers. We'll get him for this.
Guys, a 3-against-1 prosecution team? Against Birdman? Hardly necessary.
Your Honor, we've been hired to try Birdman on the grounds that he's been stealing money from 7 and 7.
Well, I'm innocent.
Your call. Examination of the defendant.
So, Harvey, you declare your innocence, but let me declare the following evidence to the court. Your current bank statement and this invoice from a local auction house.
Your Honor, this invoice was signed by a
Harvey Birdman, and included all transactions made with the auction house.
And this bank statement?
It shows a larger than normal deposit made to Harvey Birdman's bank account.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Really, Reducto?
with this evidence, we conclude that Birdman sold the items to be auctioned, depositing the swollen earnings in his own turgid bank account, where it grew very, very large indeed.
What's up with Reducto?
Don't I get to examine the evidence? Why not?
Fucking
Might be your
farmer.
last time as a free man. 5-minute break!
Thanks for the evidence. Now you check this out.
Maybe I should let Reducto know that Blue Falcone isn't planning on paying any of them.
No problem?
It's you. Hello?
Hey, it's Harvey. Listen, I don't think Falcone is planning to pay any of you for this case.
What? Wait a second. This is a trick, isn't it?
A
You call
trick.
yourself clever, eh, Birdman?
No, I just...
Your plan failed, Birdman. But just to be sure, I will reduce this prosecution team to a more manageable size. Done!
Okay, I guess that works.
What up? Working for the bad guys, I see.
So, where is Falcone right now?
What is it with you guys? It's like you're obsessed with each other. Freezoid, work for Falcone. Freezoid, prosecute Birdman. Freezoid, where's Falcone? And all the masks and the sidekicks, the whole thing is kind of sick.
What?
You do realize that I'm innocent.
Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Innocent, guilty, somebody has to defend them.
But I hired you.
Yeah, I bet that's a whole kick in the pants for you.
It says that dirty double-crossing Blue Falcone double-crossed me.
Freezoid, I feel I should warn you about Falcone.
Okay, nice play, Hart, but stop. I know what you're doing.
You do?
You're trying to turn us against each other, stirring the pot up. Well, it's a good try, but it's not going to work.
But that wasn't what I was doing at all.
Whatever. But I will keep my eye on Reducto.
Weren't we all thinking that? Iceman? Squish.
And then there were 2. Alrighty then, breaks over. Have any questions, Birdman?
The bank statement, yes.
What is that statement from?
Today, and not more than a few hours ago, actually.
That must have been the bonus I got for hiring Freezoid, Reducto, and Volturo. Does the statement say the money came from this auction house?
Actually, the deposit was made by 7 and 7, although the invoice from the auction house was also made to 7 and 7. Somehow you redirected the money to your account.
Crap.
All of this stuff you're talking about are crimes committed by Blue Falcone.
Perhaps. But you are being tried right now. If you can prove your innocence, we can try Blue Falcone later.
Why not? The invoice.
This invoice is so small, I can't read any of it.
You have a problem with things that are small, Birdman?
I just want to be able to read it. Oh, I can.
Thanks to my almighty magnifying glass.
This name signed at the bottom isn't mine. It says, Senor Antonio de Rivera Garcia Azul.
Oh, does it now? And who would that be?
Well, a Spanish person, maybe?
Senor Antonio de Rivera Garcia Azul is a Spanish or Spanish-speaking person. Probably.
Well, great job, Harvey. You've just narrowed it down to a few million people. Care to get any more vague?
Falcone 7.
Senor Antonio de Rivera Garcia Azul is none other than Phil Ken 7, mastermind behind the disassembling of 7 and 7.
Actually, his name is just Phil Ken 7. You want to randomly choose someone else?
Yes, I will randomly choose the Blue Falcone.
Senor Antonio de Rivera Garcia Azul is the full name of Blue Falcone.
Names? Facts? What do they prove?
Your Honor, I'd like to call Blue Falcone to the stand.
Just need to reach out and grab him with mind-takery. Add this file box to evidence.
Gotcha.
Does the prosecution want to examine the defendant?
Is that me now?
Yes, bingo.
About time. Whew. Prepare for a not-so-healthy slathering of justice. Tell the court what you've done since taking over 7 and 7.
Must be unhealthy. Her justice is kind of fattening.
Of course. The first thing I did was look over the accounting records. I quickly noticed that 7 and 7 was heading towards bankruptcy. I made it my mission to keep the firm afloat by selling off some unused assets. I would hate for Mr. Field to come back from his vacation to a ruined empire.
So, you admit to being the one that sold assets to the auction house.
Yes, I do. I sold everything that I deemed useless. It was all just garbage collecting dust.
Snob. Really?
Fool! Now I will lose my precious gravitas.
Dang it, I get those too confused for some reason. I always get those confused. I meant to sell this.
So, would you consider copy machines, filing cabinets, desks, computers, and toilets as useless?
Of course, if it means to save the firm, sacrifices must be made.
But how will we work in this kind of environment?
That is why we must also make some pay cuts.
Pay cuts? That wasn't part of the deal.
Pay cuts? Who is getting a pay cut?
So far, I've had to cut the pay of Potamus, Peanut, and the Bird Girl. Everyone else has been laid off.
But Peanut and Potamus seem content.
Ah, see. I supplemented their pay reduction with 7 and 7 stocks. In the end, all is fair.
No, I just think you're full of crap.
Is this what you were handing out? This fake stock certificate?
Thank you, sir. But I copied it from a real one.
You crossed out Phil 7 and wrote in Peanut.
Okay, let me try this one more time.
Go ahead.
I noticed that 7 and 7 was nearly bankrupt. By firing most of the staff, enforcing pay cuts, and selling useless assets, I managed to add some time before its demise. All of the money I have saved is going back into the firm to pay myself and key personnel.
By key personnel, you mean yourself.
So, just how much do you make during this crisis?
Just enough to pay for a humble living and send some money to my family.
And, that's it?
That is it.
No, it ain't. This receipt for this.
So, how do you explain these? Receipts detailing the purchase of 100,000 units of Bronze Deluxe Cream.
Huh, those. Well, you see, I mean, what I was going to do was very simple.
Objection! Is all of this really necessary? All my client/boss wants to do is keep the dreams of 7 and 7 alive. So maybe he bought a few tubes of this tanning creme. Is that a crime?
It was 100,000 tubes!
I agree. We don't know for certain where the money came from, and we have yet to determine a motive.
Correct. Unless Birdman can reveal to the court why Blue Falcone would want to disassemble 7 and 7, I'll have to request the case be thrown out.
I was going to say that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But you already did.
Ha!
This is better than Sweet. But I do have to agree with Stan. Harvey, you need to prove motive.
I thought I did. I mean, he bought 100,000 tubes of tanning cream.
Wow, Bird Girl.
Birdman, we found the final piece of evidence you need to slam this case.
Before we bust his butt, sign off.